Some pairs just hit different, and for this Jordan 2, it hits closer than home because it's from home. Alright, if you didn't know, I was born in Detroit, Michigan, raised there and in the Downriver area, so when I say this Jordan 2 is special, I mean that. If you tuned in to my review of the women's Air Jordan 1 High Starfish, you know I did that a little differently, but this is the very first time an Air Jordan 2 has graced the channel, so I think it deserves its own dedicated unboxing, but beyond that, it tells a much deeper and richer story, very special to Detroit. 218 is a sneaker boutique settled in the heart of Detroit. It's one of the few black-owned sneaker stores not only in the US, but in the world. It's the sister store to Burn Rubber, also owned by Roland Coit, aka Rose Spit. 218's grand opening occurred in February of this year in 2022, and what a way to kick off a brand new store other than a collaboration with Jordan Brand. The Air Jordan 2, originally released in 1987 and designed by Bruce Kilgore, it was meant to embody luxury and quality inspired by Italian fashion. However, it's still one of the most underappreciated retros within the Jordan Brand line. Instead of an all-upper made of leather, this Jordan 2 by 218 features textured suede. However, the lining does feature amazing leather and that dark, richer tan present all along the upper of the shoe. Now, Rowe actually mentioned in an interview for the Detroit Free Press, the brown colorway, the British tan chosen, it's not just by accident, it's actually meant to represent the Rockport boot, a staple within Detroit style and culture over the years. The red and blue tie in the brand colors of 218, while the details on the laces actually signify the various locations of the shops owned by Roland over the years. And by far the most intentional element of the sneaker, the outer sole. As you can see, it moves from brown to a translucent blue or clear. That's meant to represent the Flint water crisis as the city and the state continue to work to improve, however delayed it may be, the water within the city of Flint for all of its residents. It's a story of hope and perseverance to continue to push through it all, whether you're setting out to be one of the few black-owned sneaker boutiques within the world, but also in the metro area as Detroit has done. And yes, these will come with 2 additional laces. Motor City, Comeback City, I don't care what you call us, just don't ever count us out. Now, this is my first Jordan 2, whether it be a high or a low, and I must say, I'm surprised by the comfort of this sneaker on foot. I went up a half size from my true size to a men's 6.5 or a women's 8, and I'm so glad I did that with the very rich, thick leather lining along the collar. It does add some extra padding there, so I think a half size up is the perfect size for myself. In terms of the silhouette, I think the Jordan 2 Low is pretty versatile. It can be worn with crew socks, no-show socks, you can drape pants over the top, or allow your sweats to cuff just above.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ, back another video on Talks with TJ, and I actually need to revise something I've said, I think, in previous videos. This should actually go down, at least for me personally, as the best told story of 2022 in sneakers. The box for the Air Jordan 2 with 218 pays homage to community taken to a global level with 3 specific brands or retailers chosen for the Air Jordan International Flight Club. The postcard graphics present on the box represent South Africa's shelf life, Titan located in the Philippines, and of course 218 located in Detroit, Michigan. Each collaboration pays high respects to their specific region in the world. For this pair to come to life, so much praise goes to Roland, aka Ro, the founder and owner of both 218 and Burn Rubber, located in Detroit and in Royal Oak. Now, when it also comes to the design of this, it was designed at home by Mario Butterfield, and hats off to him. If you didn't know who he was, listen, everyone should be tuned in to whatever he puts out. Let's be real, a complete story for sneakers in 2022. It also includes the paper, and this isn't just any normal paper within a sneaker box. No, it's the Downriver or Detroit Metropolitan map that will include Detroit, Inkster, Flint, Southfield, Highland Park, so many different teams and cities that I've actually traveled to, especially in high school for sports. As you saw, this map is also featured on the insoles of the sneakers. Now you may think, whoa, that's a little bit biased there. We get it. You were born in Detroit. You love it. You grew up there. Yes, I did. And all too often, we're erased from sneaker history as if Detroit is just, I don't know, not even visible on the map. We've seen that in sneakers. It really does feel like there's Chicago and New York and LA, and sure, we'll throw Atlanta in there, and that's about it. Listen, let's not kid ourselves. Detroit is absolutely part of sneaker history. Now, what I love about Jordan Brand and what they chose to do, they wanted the collaboration for the Jordan 2 and for the 3 specific stores that are included in the Jordan Flight program to be about community. And you know what? I think we also need to give Ro his flowers for making sure the community, the ones that are out there locally who support him, got a crack at this release first. Copping a pair in 2022, it is Hunger Games. I call it Hunger Kicks all the time, but Ro made sure that, again, those who support him locally in Royal Oak and in Detroit, they had their shot first at purchasing the Air Jordan 2 Low, and you know what? I can do nothing but be happy for that. Now, again, I'm from there. I don't live there. So I kind of realized it would be a little hassle to get my hands on these if I didn't pick them up during the more global release that will occur on October 21st. But listen, shout out to amazing individuals, people who I would very much so consider a friend in the community, because they ensured that I had a pair. They went down, stood in line, and that selflessness, that's amazing, and it never goes unnoticed. Before we talk about anything else, listen, you guys know, it wasn't just the fall vibe, but the details, the richness of the tones for this pair. Also, Jordan 2 is way more comfortable than I thought it would be. So let's just go ahead and break down how I choose to style these, but you know, there are so many options available. The 218 Jordan 2 also included an apparel capsule. Now, I don't have any of those pieces right now, but they incorporated the blue and red from the 218 branding, so I chose to do the same. A Jordan Brand hat in red on top, a women's Jordan Brand graphic tee in bright blue, the Flight Club jacket from the women's section as well by Jordan Brand, sent over recently, and then my favorite cargos right now, the Richie Lee Collection ripstop cargo seen in burnt moss. I'm wearing a size medium for size reference, and I think this pairs extremely well, but also contrasts with the British tan on the shoe. What are timeless pieces in any wardrobe, at least for myself? A good denim jacket, a flannel, and sweats. An American Eagle light wash denim jacket on top, the Richie Lee Collection flannel from a few collections ago, but still one of my favorites, Fear of God Essential sweats. These are actually the Harvest colorway. If you think back, the Harvest tone depends on where you got your pair, of what tone you actually received. My Harvest is a little lighter, but nonetheless, they pair really well with the 218 Jordan 2. If you can't tell, there's a theme here. I worked to incorporate red and blue, the same as 218 did in their collaboration with Jordan Brand. Okay, someone made the comment, man, that 218 Jordan 2 Low, those would go well with a business casual look. And you know what? I think they're right. All 3 items are by H&M for women, but men, I think you can certainly remix the Air Jordan 2 by 218 into a business casual look as well. The blazer picked up off eBay some time ago, as well as the sleeveless blouse in pink. I think it adds a nice softness to the richer tones of the navy, blue, royal blue, red, and then tan. Maybe it's the colorway, or maybe it's just the lower profile of the Jordan 2 Low that goes well with this business casual look, but I'm a big fan. In the final look, we actually just did a swap for the top and then added a hat. So I'm wearing the same H&M pants in that slimmer design in the same blue colorway, but this time I added an oversized Oxford shirt in white by H&M, which I think you can actually find in stores right now, and my new favorite hat by Gigi Pip in the camel colorway to pair, or I should say match really well with the 218 Air Jordan Low. Now, I didn't showcase any outfit with shorts, but you can certainly wear these with shorts. The collection will actually have, I believe, 1 or 2 pairs of shorts, so be sure to browse that if you're interested. I just have to say, Ro, the message that you instilled in anyone that purchases this pair for the toe, that you matter. You've always mattered and you've been here. Thank you for that. Because it's always funny when people ask, hey, where are you from? They're shocked that I say, hey, yeah, I was born and raised in the Detroit area. They're shocked. I'm not really sure why, because there are others who say that makes perfect sense, which I don't know exactly what you mean by that. If you mean that I've been knocked down but not knocked out, yeah, that's very much so true. Listen, when I tell you born from Detroit, Mom went to Cass Tech. Mom graduated from Marygrove College. I grew up going to church on 6 Mile McNichol Street. There's a lot of memories. There's a lot of history. I think it's great to go new places, but you never ever forget where you came from and what helped to make you who you are, and continue to leave that mark wherever you may go, whatever industry you're in, whatever path you take. But be proud of it. And that's exactly what you can be when wearing the Air Jordan 2 Low in collaboration with 218. So I don't want to keep you guys here too much longer. Just know the details are amazing. The fact that they wanted to highlight the story of the Flint water crisis. That's using your platform for something more than just elevating yourself. I think that's what we want when designers are stepping into these roles, and I think Roland has truly set a standard of what you can do with the opportunity to collaborate with a brand like Jordan, and I hope more take notice. Whether you're a designer, a store owner, doesn't matter. If you have a voice and people tune in to listen, make sure whatever you say adds value. So I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.